Wow, we finally got our first look at James Gunn's Superman movie, the official start of the DCU. This teaser trailer not only builds up the hype, but also lets us know that we're in for something special. Immediately, in just under 2 minutes and 20 seconds, it captures the essence of Superman's character in a way that feels refreshing and faithful to the comic book roots. From the opening shot, we see Superman as he crashes down into a cold, snowy wasteland, hitting that Yamcha pose from Dragon Ball Z. He looks injured with a bruised up face and blood falling from his mouth. Right away, you can tell this will show a more human side of Superman, his physical and emotional struggles taking center stage. Superman has always been more than just his powers. His story is rooted in the duality of being a godlike figure who chooses to live as a humble man. His moral compass and ability to inspire hope are central to his character, and the trailer nails that tone. In a time where superhero movies often lean into darker, grittier tones, this trailer takes a refreshing turn by bringing Superman back to his roots as a true beacon of hope. It doesn't shy away from his flaws or vulnerabilities, but leans into them in a way that highlights his optimistic worldview. Superman has always been a reflection of humanity's best self, and this teaser reminds us why. The moment where he's injured, uncertain, or just quietly reflective hit hard because they go beyond his powers and into the heart of who he is. It feels like this movie is diving deep into what makes Superman. The quick cuts we get in the trailer give us our first look at the Daily Planet, where we are introduced to Lois Lane, played by Rachel Brosnahan, Skylar Gisondo, playing Jimmy Olsen, and they even focus on this guy right here. I think he also plays a big part in the movie, but I'm not sure. This trailer has me so hyped. For once, we're getting something that feels different for Superman. David Cornsweet looks amazing in the role. He's got the perfect vibe for Clark Kent, and while I always thought Henry Cavill was perfect for the role, his version never got the justice it deserved. Warner Bros. Just didn't have a clear direction back then. Instead of building things naturally, they rushed to compete with Marvel, and it completely backfired. 10 years of trying to catch up, and all they did was waste time. But now, things are finally looking up. With James Gunn and Peter Safran in charge, there's a clear plan, and it's not just about catching up to anyone. They're building an already established universe of superheroes, similar to Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and even Lord of the Rings. We're diving into a world that feels lived in, full of history and personality. If this trailer is any indication, they're taking their time to get it right, and I couldn't be more excited. I respect James Gunn as a filmmaker, and even more so after this interview, where he said this.
People have gotten really lazy with their superhero stories, and they aren't thinking about why is this story special? What makes this story stand apart from other stories? What is the story at the heart of it all? Why is this character important? What makes this story different that it fills a need for people in theaters to go see?
James Gunn is the kind of person who puts storytelling above everything else. If the story isn't there, the movie simply doesn't get made, and that's exactly the kind of mindset we need. Most importantly though, he cares. When you have someone who genuinely cares, especially at the top of the studio, you know every project is going to be handled with love and respect.
Superhero films where I really just don't care. I don't care about the characters.
Right.
You know?
So next we see Clark Kent with his father, Jonathan Kent, in their home, showing a more family-centric side to Superman. This was explored in the previous movies, but it seems like it might be more focused here. And then finally, we cut back to Superman in the snowy wasteland. He is seen whistling out to Krypto. He plows through the snow faster than my dog running to the kitchen to catch a piece of food that fell off my plate. This scene will already be amazing. Seeing Krypto bite on Superman's cape and save him, taking him home, it adds warmth and levity while exploring Clark Kent's relationships beyond humans. The next shot is a standout for me. The slow-mo here is just perfect as we see Superman rush in to protect a child from flying debris. It's such a powerful moment and really shows what Superman is all about, putting others before himself, no matter the danger. You could actually feel the heart in it. I think this whole shot and this moment is just great. We also get our first look at LexCorp. Looks like it's been rebranded as Luthor Corp for this universe, as well as a close-up of Nicholas Hoult as Agent 47. I'm kidding, relax. But seriously, the tease of Lex Luthor is exciting. It hints at a more intellectual, manipulative version of the character, which is spot on for the comics. Lex doesn't just challenge Superman's strength, he goes after his ideals too. It's gonna be interesting to see how this dynamic plays out in the film. Then there's this really beautiful and powerful moment, just a quick shot, but it says so much. A kid raises a flag waiting for Superman to show up and help. It's such a small cut, but it perfectly captures the vibe of this movie, hopeful and inspiring. It reminds us the kind of hero Superman is, someone who gives people faith no matter how tough things get. Help is always on the way. Moments like this are exactly why we need this version of Superman on the big screen. As we reach the end of this trailer, we get a quick moment where people seem to be against Superman, probably blaming him for something going on in Metropolis. But the best part is our introduction of Guy Gardner, played by Coconut Kid from Ned's. Okay, I'm done, I promise. Played by Nathan Fillion. Walking alongside him is Mr. Terrific, played by Eddie Kadeji, and Isabella Marcet's Hawkgirl. The glimpse of Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific signal this interconnected universe without overshadowing Superman. These characters enhance the story, showing that Superman operates within a larger world of heroes and isn't isolated in his journey. The next quick cut shows us what looks like a dragon blowing fire onto Superman, probably explains why he looks like this in the scene before. Also, that first look we got where Jellyfish is blasting the city while Superman is getting ready also comes up in this trailer, except here we see Superman with Lois Lane while that creature is in the background. Another shot shows Superman holding the hand of who I think is a battle damaged Helix inside the Fortress of Solitude. We get our first look at Anthony Carrigan's Metamorpho. The quick shots that follow show us Superman in battle and a closer look at his relationship with Lois Lane. Not gonna lie, this trailer feels like it's ripped straight from the pages of a comic. Even the musical nods to John Williams' classic themes are a genius move. It bridges nostalgia with a fresh approach, reinforcing the idea that this Superman honors his past while stepping into a new era. This is the first great trailer. It understands that Superman is about being a symbol of hope in a world that desperately needs it. It also continues to show that James Gunn really knows how to tug at your heartstrings. I'm sure there's people out there somewhere that shed a tear while watching this trailer. He is crafting a Superman who is relatable, inspiring, and deeply human, which is exactly how the character thrives in the comics. This is exactly how a teaser should be made. Doesn't reveal too much, yet gives us just enough to get us excited for the movie. I'm sure we won't get another trailer until the Super Bowl, but this is enough to hold us off till then. I know everyone involved has to deal with a lot of pressure and expectations, but this has the potential to be the best Superman movie ever. We'll see though. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video and my thoughts on the trailer. I'll have something else coming soon before the year ends, but until then, I'll see you soon.